Hey folks, let's see how long it takes for people to get over here. There we go. We got the computer all set. We got all that good stuff going. Let's make sure everything looks good there. Microphone is turned on. I have started stuff before with the microphone off. Oh, well, is the camera too far over? Okay. Here. Sorry about that. Yeah, we'll move that over a little more. So, busy day with errands and website work and things like that. So I'll be getting ready to go over to the GreyWolf Discord site pretty soon here. Let me see here. Should learn how to do this stuff myself, huh? Can someone tell me how to do a link? Mm-hmm. No, I'm on a computer. To the Wolf Den? To the actual lounge? Okay, yeah. I don't see invite people. You see him right click on the Wolf's Den? Okay. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I don't. Yeah, but I want to. Yeah, we'll have to figure out how to do it on the Mac application because um let me show you what I'm looking at here. That's what I'm looking at. See people going in there. I see people going in the lounge, but if okay, yeah. Okay, invite people. And then set link to how do you change that? Settings. So one day. All right, generate a new link. Okay, I got it. I got it. Turn you guys around here. Sorry, guys. I've never sent a link from before, so wanted to make sure I was doing it right. So we'll copy the link. And then I can go right over here and say, this is my... There you go. So there's the link to the Wolf Den. So I'm going to go ahead and go over to the lounge. on my phone because I can't do the video at the same time. So I will meet you over on the lounge. Of course, that says, hey, what are you doing? And there we are. So I'm on the GreyWolf Lounge in Discord. And I can look at a few of the... Hey, Debbie Hart, how are you? Destiny's in there. How you doing, granddaughter? You got a notification, Trucking Girl. Wonderful. I'll show you all. Trucking Girl got me. Right? Walking stick. So... there we go. Say again. Didn't hear you. Alrighty then. All right, so we are just moving right along, but we still need to we got some parts came in today for the beechwood, and we're going to get busy on the beechwood. Not able to hear me in Discord? I don't know why. How about now? How about now? Now let me go out and back in. And do you hear me now? Okay. Now you can hear me in Discord? Okay. That's better. It's probably because I was up on my Mac when I first went in, and it probably... Know what? No what? I just heard somebody say no. So, we're doing a bunch of this and that. We got some banners I picked up today that are going to be for across the back of the vehicles. One across the back of the motorhome. Another one across the back of a pickup truck type of deal. And got those. Had to do a few things that I wasn't around. I was on the... In March, I was actually in Hagerstown, but my registration on my car expired while I was out. So I had to go in and do a smog test on that, get that done, get the registration done, all that good stuff. So, got all that stuff done. So, we've got... Is anybody else having a hearing problem with me on Discord? So, she must have... Okay, so other people are hearing me on Discord. So, who was that? Do you have... Let's see who's got what going over there. I don't... Yep, Brenda Jackson. You have got your deafening turned on, which means you're not going to hear me. If you want to click on the headset with the line through it, you've got me deafened on your Discord. That's why you can't hear me. Okay, that works. Anyway, welcome everybody. Just do a little short one. if there is such a thing with Grey Wolf lives being short. We've got this morning a very nice interview with Wendy Bell Radio, and I am going to post up a link for y'all. And you can hear the interview. There you go. So that's a link to get to. Hey, Fried TV is in here. How you doing, Mike? Hi, Judy. How are you, hon? Joshua, hey. I'm going backwards, so going back in time. Gonna go back in time. All right. So we have got I think I can post this up. I put it up on YouTube as an unlisted. Yodello, I don't see if you're in here or not, but I'm thinking that I may just post up the promo that you did. We still have to go out and get permissions to. Yeah, maybe I better wait. Maybe I better wait. We'll wait a little bit because I have to get with Diego. Get Diego to do an approval. I think that's all I need for that, right, Joe? Does that sound about right? Okay. So Diego, because there's some clips in there for Diego. So from on pulling in a collage of Grey Wolf interviews, and she did a real good job of putting together this promo pack. And so hats off to Yodello, I believe she goes by. And when you see her in, give her a hats off for us. But I am going to incorporate that into the website and try and push it out. I currently have it up on this channel, but it is an unlisted video at the moment. And so I'll be able to do that for y'all, so you'll get to see what she did. I think it's really good. But we need to get that permission. It's not a monetized video, so I'm not worried about the music that's in there. But the permission from Diego TV is the only one I need. So once I get that permission, I'll go ahead and copy the link out. It will remain unlisted full time. I better turn on some light over here. It's getting a little dark on me. Probably a little bit better. So we'll get that. It'll be full-time unlisted, but there'll be links. There'll be it'll be in the website nonetheless, so you can watch it from within the website. Don't know exactly where I'm going to put that yet. I was thinking news, but it might be a blog. Might post it up in a blog. So, then I can share it out, and it won't be on YouTube directly, even though it's on YouTube unlisted. So, a little bit of skirting around, getting into the barn from the back door, if you will. Very cool there, Mike. Very cool. Yep. So, yeah, on the Discord stuff, I know we're all getting used to it, but there's a mute, which is your little microphone that you get an X through it. But then there's a headset. And when you do that, you're deafening. So you can't hear what's going on Discord as well as mute. So you want to make sure that you don't have that. I see Brenda Jackson. Brenda Jackson is deafened as well as muted. So if you're having issues with hearing me there, that's why. All right. So we're going into the weekend, and we'll get a whole bunch of stuff done tomorrow on the Beechwood. And we'll start the installation of a swamp cooler. That thank you to you folks. I know you don't want me to shout out your names directly, but thank you. It's very well appreciated for that donation. The swamp cooler is going to go on the top of the Beechwood, so we won't cook. Whoever's driving it, for the most part, won't cook going out on the desert. Am I hearing? Are you hearing me on Discord, by the way? All right, beautiful. Thank you. Who was that? Debbie Hart or Judy? That was Judy. I think. Wasn't watching. Yeah, she's way away from the microphone or got it on Bluetooth or something. So try to keep an eye on it. Hey, look. Is that I see see a bunch of people in there. But they're not in the audio. I see Mike from SFN is in there. See a good list of folks in there. Texas girl, but not in the video chat, I guess. Yeah, not in the video chat. Not in the lounge. There's somewhere else up in the Grey Wolf Den. I see Zero. Zeroska. So I got a bunch of folks in there that are in the chatting area, I guess. Yeah, that's possibly true. Yeah, you might be right. I see Diego TV is online. I don't know where he's logged on to. Okay. So I'm getting used to this stuff myself. Yeah. Yeah, they're logged into Discord, but they're just not over on GreyWolf. I see that. Oh, Bolts 100 just got over here. How you doing? Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, there we go. All right, so that's pretty much it. We've got the Beechwood work going to be starting on it tomorrow. We got the launch date is the 2nd. We've got a lot of work being done on the website still. We had the Wendy Bell interview, Wendy Bell radio interview. I think that went really, really, excuse me, really, really good. So just felt something go by my feet. It's probably my dog. And we were invited back, so we'll get back there in there. Hey Joshua, good seeing you. You can do one of two things there, Debbie Hart. You can mute your YouTube by tapping on the video and then going down and tapping on the little speaker and mute it there, and just listen to me in Discord. Or you can mute Discord and do a deafening on Discord and listen to me on the YouTube. So you can do it that way. One of two ways. The thing about it is that Discord is live. It's right there. There's no delay, where YouTube has a delay to it. How you doing, Douglas? Joshua, yes, I saw you in there. You're in there. Colts 100, I see that, yes. And hello, Renee. So in any case, I want to show y'all, we've been working on the merchandise site for GreyWolf. So I'll take you over there, give you a little test drive of it. So we've got the merchandise site up. This one up here is an actual flag. Now, we do not know how big this flag is. Nowhere in the merch site do we have the ability to see just how big this thing is. But it's a $26 flag. Nope, it's not $26. I'm showing you a site I shouldn't be showing you. Unless I log out. Or I might be logged out. No. Let's see. It's running live, so that's why I can see the stream. So yeah. So ignore these prices. If I have somebody else out there on the site, they can see how much it is. But the flags are there. Water bottles. There's a couple of water bottles here. Magnet. 3-inch magnet. And we got the mugs. Are done pretty good. I guess it is $26. Maybe I'm looking at that the wrong way. Maybe. So hats, you can select what color hat you want. Some of the girls might like that one. That one. You can do camo if you want. You got hats, you've got t-shirts. We got women's fleeces, hoodie, and things like that. A onesie for the little ones. So there's going to be a lot more added. So we have the GreyWolf stuff. Just a little thing on the mug, for instance. This is an image from my grandson. Just gave me, I think, Christmas before last, gave me a canvas that he had done this on. Just a little quick thing that he did there. So we put it up on a mug for y'all. So you've got that, right? Now, over on the Walk website, give you a little test drive of the website. A lot of people have been saying, where's what? So you've got the home page. You see the menu across the top. If you're on your phone, it's a hamburger. And I apologize in advance. There are two sets of hamburgers. You'll want to use the top one. It allows you to do a collapsing of the maps. That's very much like this one. Whereas the other one just kind of runs it all down the screen on you. So haven't figured out yet how to take it away from the mobile side yet. So just use the top left hamburger if you would. We've got the announcement of it being pushed out to the second. Kind of a complete explanation of what the walk's all about right in there. And then our theme song down here at the bottom from Steve Spurgeon. And over here, it's got the 5 latest blog posts. So if you go into the next tag, that's the blogs. And there's the blogs right there. So you can go through and read. I highly recommend going and checking out March 9th GreyWolf interview. Not only will you see a performance towards the end from Steve Spurgeon, but you'll see the interview that went out to the Canadians, this lady right here, Laura Lynn Tyler Thompson. She's from Canada, and she was down in Hagerstown visiting and had interviewed me. And the Diego TV from a couple weeks ago. Walk notification, on the road again, stuff. And then we've got the Windy Bell Radio interview from this morning. So for YouTube, you'll starts right off at the interview. So I'm going to skip past that.
My feelings that you don't know what my schedule is.
I do know what your schedule is.
Then why do you...
The teacher.
And I love this man. I love what he's
So
doing.
it
His
starts
name
there.
is Ron Coleman, a.k.a. GreyWolf. Hello, Ron. Welcome to the show, my dear.
Well, thank you for having me, Wendy. I'm I'm flabbergasted, but yeah, thank you.
It's so cool what you're doing. This is the GreyWolf Walk for Freedom. And before we talk about where you're walking from, and it's coming up, where your goal is, what was it like to be a trucker, part of that movement? How did it feel? What did it do for your soul? And how does it leave all of us better? Because I so enjoyed covering it.
It was absolutely wonderful. I was the second truck to actually join in at Adelanto, California. And I witnessed more than you can imagine with the patriotism and the love of Americans and even foreigners that barely speak English and coming up and hugging and saying, you know, you're my hero for doing this. And it's just super humbling, and it actually has a spiritual feel to it as well.
Oh, I can't even imagine that. And of course, the purpose was to do what? I mean, this was all about standing up for America, for the Constitution, for our rights, for our freedoms. Talk to me about that. What was your goal in being a part of that?
But right at nail on the head. It's for so long we have seen, since, you know, I can't even put a date or time to it. We have seen the oppression of our constitutional, and our God-given rights that we were born with, that has been taken away by tyrannical means, and it's just been so stifling. And it's, you know, at my age, it's like, okay, how come I'm not seeing this? How come I'm not seeing my neighbors stand up and say, this is wrong, we need to do something about this? So for me, it was like, okay, well, I'm going to stand up. I'm not going to stand on the sidelines and watch and say, well, let someone else do it. That's been the problem with America for the longest time. We just take these little tidbits, these little pieces of, we'll just do this, take that away, we'll just take this away, and before you know it, it's all gone. And so I'm not one part of that. So and it was the same thing going into the convoy, and just the emotion of seeing exit 9 in Arizona, and seeing hundreds and hundreds of people with flags and just covering the sides of the freeway and the entire overpass there. That was our first day of travel, and it was just like, wow, here we go. And if I can share a quick story.
Oh, please go.
The one that
Yes.
really, going into Cuba, Missouri, and we spent the night there. And coming out from Cuba the next morning, we were kind of delayed because of the state patrol wanting to make sure we had clearance and so on. And so I got out of my truck and I'm walking over onto the lawn area, and there's this man, 3 children, walking up, and she says to me, "Are you a truck driver?" And I says, "Yes, ma'am." And I reach out my hand to shake her hand, and when she touched me, it was like she'd been electrocuted. She started to collapse. And I reached out and I grabbed her, and she is sobbing.
Oh.
She's sobbing, and I'm hugging and bear hugging her. And she's talking about how she's worried about the future for her children and how I'm her hero and I'm going to do this fight. And I says, well, I'm going to take that message to Washington, D.C., and I'm going to let our elected officials know this. And I looked over, and her husband was going down. He was sobbing so hard. So now I'm grabbing both in bear hugs, one on my left, one on my right. And I'm looking with their heads on my shoulders. And it was so emotional. And I'm looking through at their children and thinking, what do they think? What are they thinking? They've never seen, I'm sure they've never seen their parents act in such a way. And if nothing else, they're going to remember that moment for the rest of their life. And I will remember that moment for the rest of my life. And that was just a moment that said, I can't let these people down. This is the message. Those weren't tears of joy. They were tears of sorrow. They were mourning the loss of our country. And who is going to stand up? And that's where I just said, that's it. I've got to stay to the end.
So you made it all the way to D.C.
I made it all the way to D.C. I was part of a delegation that went into a Senate meeting with Senators Cruz and Ron Johnson. And also I met, that same day, we met with 5 congressmen. It was the Transportation Committee headed up by Sam Graves. And we had conversation with them as well. And the goal was to end what is the foundation of this whole menagerie right now, which is the state of emergency. So ending the state of emergency, being that it's the foundation, they're building this building above this foundation of the mandates, whether they be the vaccine mandates or whether they be the mask mandates, the border issues, the WHO issues, or you name it. It is this huge building that they're building on this state of emergency, which is the foundation. And it's the goal to remove the foundation.
Amen.
By doing so, everything collapses in on itself. And so that's always been the goal. They did pass a Senate bill. I believe it's SJ Res 38 that was passed 48 to 47, but it's being held up in the House. So Pelosi won't let it go. So this ends the state of emergency, this bill, and it passed in the Senate. And Ted Cruz was part of that, Mike Lee and some others. And it passed in the Senate. It ends the state of emergency, but then has verbiage within it that keeps it from being used and abused in such a way ever again. But it will not hit the floor for a vote in the House.
Until November, perhaps.
Until November
or
perhaps,
January, whenever anybody. Right.
Depends on which direction they go.
Right. Yeah. So I want to ask you. So you're walking from Reno, Nevada, to DC. What are you doing?
This is along the same line. The trucks. If you had 100 cars, you would have a traffic jam. But if you have 100 trucks, you have a spectacle. Well, we did that. we really didn't get enough people to come out and be part. Because I've said all along that the truck drivers were the tip of the spear,
Yes.
and that the body of that spear and the staff of that spear are people. And if you don't have enough people, you can't make the spear for battle. So we didn't gain enough people. And so my walk is phase 2 of awareness. What does it take for people to get up, get out, become involved, and learn what it is we need to do as Americans to those that will become the tyrants, that are the tyrants, both in a voted state, okay, they're elected politicians, and for the bureaucrats as well. And what we do using 10th Amendment, give it the power to the states, bring the states up as I walk across, bring their awareness up with the pressure on the politicians at a state level, and also to the federal level. And it's really a Forrest Gump move.
I was just thinking that. I was imagining like a crowd of people joining you, and it grows with each mile. I feel you. You're in my soul. And I love that people can kind of watch along and they can follow you. Tell them how they can.
They can follow me on GreyWolfWalk.com. That's Grey with an E. GreyWolfWalk.com. There's a blog in that website that will allow them to see updates as we move along. I will be live streaming where I can, where I have cell service. I did leave the East Coast here last week and started coming back to my home in Reno to be able to get ready for the walk, and noticed many areas where there's just no cell service. So we're still trying to figure out the logistics of how I can get that.
And it starts next Monday, right?
We pushed the date to the 2nd of July.
Okay, gotcha.
That's Saturday.
Okay.
And we've also moved the start point from the Meadowood Mall. I was going along the idea of saying mall to mall, Meadowood Mall to National Mall, but I'm now going to start from Carson City, Nevada, the state capital of Nevada.
I love it.
At the state capitol building, and we're doing that on the beginning of the July 4th weekend.
I love this. Would you come on back and share stories with me along the way?
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, I expect you to text me. Now you've got my number. I expect stories, and I'll have you back on. I would love it. His name is Ron Coleman, GreyWolfWalk.com. Ron, thank you. Godspeed, and God bless you.
God bless you. Thank you.
Take good care. I love that. I love what he's doing. It's important, you guys, right? To do exactly what our guests today have told us to do. What did you hear from John Guandolo? Right? Got to get involved, got to take action, got to see what's happening, got to be part of the change. Sam Faddis, same story. Rise up. We got this. I want to tell you quickly about somebody who I really.
Amazing. Amazing. I really enjoyed that interview, but that is up on the blog if you want to go and hear that direct instead of through the system here. And it starts off at my interview, but you can back it all the way up and watch the whole 3 hours if you want to watch her. She's a firecracker, she is, and I'm a fan. Thank you to Truckin' Girl for setting up that interview. She did that. So so that's the kind of stuff we're looking for, folks. We're looking to get the word out. And everything I said in this interview is exactly what this walk is about. And once I've got Diego, are you in here yet? I don't think he is. I think he's got his own thing going on. Yeah, he's got his own thing going on. So, oh, great, Paula. Great. How are things in Pennsylvania, by the way, there, Paula? Is it still hot and humid, or storms, or whatever? Because I left there to come back here to Reno after being away from my desk here for 4 months. So, except for one night. Well, 1.5 nights. So, yeah, just a firecracker, great conservative radio. So, have to start tuning in Monday through Friday from, I believe it is 9 to noon, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that's her show. So I'm going to download her app and see about that as well. So good stuff. Good stuff. So that is the blog. Then you've got the maps. And hi, Karen. How are you? Welcome to the room. And so under the maps, this is where a lot of you, let me switch it back over here. This is this part of it is where a lot of you have been asking the question of when am I going through your states? You may want to join up and walk with me, and that's great. You're absolutely welcome to come in on the walk. And we've got the tagline, walk a mile or walk a while. And thanks to Mod Joe for coming up with that. I think you came up with that. At least that's where I saw it from. But hats off anyway, because Mod Joe does so much. And so the people that are wondering can get a timeline, if you will, from looking at the maps page. Okay? When you're in the maps page and you hover over like Nevada, you can see there's going to be days 1 through day 21. All right. So for instance, if I look out here, day 6 through day 10, and then we look down through here, you can start seeing an explanation. Here's day 6. Here's the start point. Here's the end point. There's a close-up of the area. As I told you last night, some of them are just pull-outs. And then it drops to day 7. Okay. Day 7's zoom in, which in this particular case, you have to, in that particular case, I was able to get a view of where that stop is, Cold Springs, Nevada. Then there's day 8, which again, this is actually this ruin right here is an old Pony Express area room. You can just see on Street View what that looks like. And then we go to day 9. Okay, so day 9 goes to Austin, Nevada. And then in Austin, Nevada, there's a close-up. There's a big park right here. And we already have a commitment from the county sheriff of Lander County, which Austin falls under. He'll come out. We're going to stay an extra day there, a day off there, because even though it's day 9, we aren't going to do our 7th day stop and hang out in the middle of nowhere. So that's the deal. So our first run out is going to be 9 days long, unless something changes in between. There's a street view. Now, we're told that there is, in this park, there is a swimming pool. There is an amphitheater. There's a place for us to hold a rally. And that's in Austin, Nevada, on day 9 and day 10. So then when we leave out, day 10 will be a rest day. It shows Austin, Nevada. And then I've also included a link to the Austin, Nevada Chamber of Commerce website and what to do in Austin, Nevada. Okay, so that's the kind of stuff. You want to get back to the top, you can click that button. Takes you right back up to the top. Or there's this little up arrow down here on the right bottom of the screen. Takes you back up to the top. So you want to know days 11 through 15. So same thing. You can go down through and you can scan them. This is going to be an interesting one on day 11, night 11. This is a petroglyph area called Hickinson Petroglyph Recreation. Okay. So it's got some interesting, it'll be an interesting time there. Let's just put it that way. Day 12. Another wide spot in the road. Just a flat spot. If you're going to come out, bring your little tent and your sleeping bag. Yeah. We're putting together a pop-up shelter thing for our stops with, I think we're going with a portable bagged style toilet. So you'll be able to use the facility and take your bag out and bury it. They're biodegradable bags. So that kind of stuff. At the moment, that's what we're looking at. And then we get to Eureka County. That's in Eureka, actually. Eureka is not Eureka County. It's Eureka, and then it's the county fairgrounds. But that's what we have tentatively set. White Pine County, I believe it is. So I believe we have a day of rest there. In Eureka. Maybe not. Maybe it's Ely. I think it's Ely. So we'll go back to the top. And so if we look at the next one, I believe 16 through 20. There we go. Yeah. So down in Ely, Nevada, there's their welcome page, their website. And so on and so forth. You can kind of look through and kind of check and see what's what. Till we get down to the 21st day. The 21st day is right, the Utah border goes right down through the middle of Baker, Nevada. And this little stop, restaurant, RV park, and motel. And that's what it looks like. So that's the maps section. And you'll have a drop down with all the states will start coming in. So you just watch for the states that's next in this line. Nevada, Utah, Colorado. We'll get up a little bit into the Nebraska. Out of Colorado, Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, and so on. They'll all drop down here under maps. Then the supporters. Who are the supporters here? Well, there's Dr. Lock'em-Up. He's one of our supporters here for the walk. Dr. Pierre Corey, a pulmonary and critical care. Then there's Maureen Steele. And then Josh Yoder from US Freedom Flyers. So then Mike, I don't see Mike up there right now. But Mike is here from Support Freedom Net, as well as the organization for US Freedom Flyers. So that's currently, we're going to be adding some more to the supporters list. So there you go. Then we've got news. This is blank right now, but that's going to be starting to fill up. The donations pages, or the donations page, I should say. So all of these are clickable tags. Okay. The social media page, which Mama Wolf started a Grey Wolf Walk group out on Gab. That's in there too. Merchandise. And on the merchandise, we have the merchandise store on the top up there in the orange gradient. We've got, and then just samplings of items. And then on the contact page. And on the contact page, we have an email for standard email questions. We have media email box, and then we have the Grey Wolf mailbox, the snail mailbox. So all that stuff, and then of course you can click on any of these over on the latest blog post. So that's the website. So that's your tour of the website. Hope you all like that. Taking a look around here. I'm just going to read some of them. I'm reading some of these chats. Hey, thank you, Leo, by the way. Shout out, Leo's donating a portable structure, a pop-up structure, I believe it is, that can be used for shower or facility bucket. 2 of them. Cool. You do rock, Leo. Thank you much. Thank you, Debbie. There are, Ernie. We are identifying them. In fact, I think, well, I put TV stations up to today. I have to do a little research for a list of the radio stations. I may have done, yeah, I did radio stations. So that's up, and there's people looking at the radio stations for the start. Excuse me. For the start point area, Reno, Sparks, Carson City. But yeah, the talk radio AM stations are probably going to be the ones that we're going to be trying to tune into, because the AM signals sometimes goes further than the FM signals, believe it or not. Just an idea, and it's actually just popped in my head. If we can get a hold of Patriot Radio on Sirius XM and send them a press release, that'd probably be something too. We do have the press release. I will be putting the press release up under news on the website. I'll do that as soon as I finish up the live stream here this evening. Yes, and that was the other thing. As Leo found, we do now have a Grey Wolf mailbox. It's under the contacts on the website. And I think someone's here. Might be, maybe. Yeah! I will be right back. That is potentially my support vehicle driver. He'll be back tomorrow morning. So what did I miss while it was away? Hi, Paula. Moved off to your iPad, huh? Debbie, are you talking about these? They came in today. Look good. Men's hiking pants. Quick dry fishing, travel, camping. Pretty cool pants. So I don't quite know what that's for, but hiking pants, the material. It's pretty breathable. Huh. Pretty cool. Oh, I see. They zip off into shorts. So I can show my naked white legs that haven't seen sun in 10 years, right? Who knows? Might have to. Thank you very much. Don't know what this is for. Is that a belt? And maybe that's a belt. Could be. Yeah. Oh, cool. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. I think that's a belt. Those. And then we've got the solar powered chargers. Plug this in and let it charge up. So it's at 2 bars. I'll be right back. Yeah, YouTube's what, probably 5 or 10 seconds or something like that. And she won. Yeah. Because I'm over here on the YouTube monitoring this, and it says it's live, but it's still delayed. In fact, I'm sitting down, but I'm just leaving. Yeah. Look at this. Look at this. Hey, I'm coming back. We can have a whole show on me going what, right? And we get to see the delay. See what? See, watch the delay. Oh, I'm coming back. And now we see a deep, 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 one inside the other. And oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, goodness. It's done. Well, we need to get that to Fry. Fry, the press release is done. So if you could hop up onto the website, send an email, or just send an email to GreyWolfWalk or GreyWolf Walk for Freedom. Sorry, it's so long. At protonmail.com. And we can email that back to you in a PDF form. But the press release is in fact completed. So we're ready to rock and roll with it. Yeah, so I have, if you guys could see what my studio is, it's yeah, show the ones on studio on Discord I can show. But I got the CPU is back there. Okay. But that's that. So that's the office / studio. So you see, you're looking at them. That's the camera. So yeah, that's for the folks on Discord, right? So, oh, see this? You see that, Joe? From the Department of the Navy. From Admiral Mercer. Okay, that was back in 1995. From the Mayor of Carmel. From the Mayor of Seaside. Yeah. Yeah, my old squadron. Flight. That one there from the Mayor of Monterey County. Got my radios and such. So yeah. Get a little tour of the place there. What I didn't show you now is how I have the ability to split my screens into multiples of computer screens. So I can flip back and say, well, let's go over to that screen. Maybe we'll go back over to that screen or that screen or that screen. Go to that monitor system. So I think I've got, oh, how many do I have? I don't know anymore. 1, 2, 3, 6, plus all of them over here on this side. All of these different screens, and not just, how many tabs can you open, right? So that was for the Discord lounge folks there. They got to see that. Hey Leo, you going night-night? Yeah. I'm sure that they're protected, but we need to actually understand that our Supreme Court is our Article 3 of the Constitution. And no matter what the hyperbole is that comes from the left or from the right for that matter, decisions that are looked at in basis from our Supreme Court is the interpretation of constitutional law of a country that is run by law. We are a country of laws. And I pray for those justices, all of the justices, and to ensure that they are safe, that they are properly protected. So, you're never going to make everyone happy, but our Constitution is our Constitution. That's why I'm doing this walk. I'm doing this walk to raise awareness, constitutional awareness, at the level of the people. It is shocking to me how many people do not know or understand how our Constitution is for the people. It was an experiment, a great experiment. And even Benjamin Franklin said that we'll have a republic if we can keep it. If we can keep it. So, don't become dismayed. A lot of what we see in the protesting over decisions coming from the Supreme Court, I thoroughly believe that a lot of it is drummed up. It is drummed up. I've witnessed to this with other items that will remain nameless. People just start going on emotion. They just get the emotion. They don't, and there are people that are very good at psychology. Pushing people to get them so upset. And I look at that and I compare that to the walk. And if I could get the same tap, that same push, people to get up and save this country, that would be amazing. Because that's what it's going to take. We're going to have around 155 days to do that. We're going to have 155 days or so, 155 days-ish, to poke and prod at people and, and get them off the couch and get their voices to be heard. What people that are protesting right now over the decision that came out today don't seem to realize is they're protesting something that is a lawful determination, a constitutional lawful determination. Whether you're for it, whether you're against it, the determination was based upon the rule of law. And although you have to look back at the 1973 decision, a lot of that, it's known for a fact that there was mistruths that were put in front of the Supreme Court back in 1973. So let's just pray for our justices. They are, in fact, Article 3 of our Constitution. 100%. They are our Article 3 Constitution. Okay? I really want everybody to start to really get into what the Constitution is about. Too many people, young and old, have not grasped the depth and meaning of our Constitution. Joan, I don't think we have an Amazon wish list built at the moment. We've got a few days over the weekend. Right now in my head is get that support vehicle working. Get that support vehicle working. Get it tip top. The fluids changed. We were talking about an old, ugly 55-year-old motorhome. Now, it's ugly for a reason. I'll let you all know that right now. I kept this thing ugly for a very specific reason. And you'll learn that when I do a live stream tomorrow and give you a tour of it. The outside of it is atrocious. I kept it that way specifically because I used to go up and do gold mining. In fact, I was the director of mining claims, director of mining claims, for a very old gold mining group. It was formed back in 1948, 1949. And so I used to go out and do a lot of prospecting and finding and looking into claims. I spent a lot of time in the backwoods with this motorhome. And it took me on four-wheel drive paths through what we call Sierra pinstriping area, which is where the pine trees are sitting right there and the vehicle is wider than the pine trees are giving way for, and you're pushing the pine trees out and they just kind of pinstripe you as you're going by. So I kept it ugly. Inside, it's all red oak. Yeah, it's still got the avocado green appliances, but everything works. And it's all done in red oak. So we will venture to ensure it only has 60,000 miles on it, even though it's a 1967. It only has about 60,000 miles. So, but it is ugly. And I'm kind of thinking it's fitting for a support vehicle because I'm not, I'm not a spring chicken, and I mean not, I may look like my old 55-year-old unit. So, yeah, I was 7 years old when it was made. So that's what's going to be the support vehicle. Ah, thank you, Karen. Very much appreciated. Happy Friday to you there, Katie. And Paula, you know what? On your brown shirts, you do the research in the 1943, 1942 time frame. and do the research on it. I have 11 terabytes of hard drive in this system. And I have several videos going back several years that I have captured and pulled and spent a lot of time doing a lot of research. Years. And I even found there, it's somewhere in there. I'm sure I'll find it. An actual documentary done about the brown shirts and the A word, if you know, that I'm not going to say because it'll get me a strike probably. So we'll keep it clean. Super salty, you crack me up. How many things do you have, buddy, that's broke? Your phone, your computer, your printer, I mean. Anything else? Now it's, wow. We got to get you set up, man. Right? So when you see this thing tomorrow, you guys are going to be going. I just know it. Your jaw's going to drop. Oh my God, is that thing going to make it out of the driveway? When you're doing backwoods work and you're out there for days away from civilization, which I was, sometimes I'd be out there for 2 weeks, not see another human being. That's true. And not see another human being for 2 weeks. It's just me going out there prospecting. And Karen, you're killing me. Right? We'll just have to start doing it earlier. I'm sorry, gals. So I won't keep you up. I said everything I thought, that we needed to say, so I was just reading your comments, but I think I'll let you all go and get an early night's sleep. What do you think? So tomorrow we'll do probably a couple little shorter streams because I can't stream and work at the same time. So take you inside the beechwood. Inside and outside. Karen, I'll be doing a couple of streams. Probably start around 10 or 11 Pacific. So try and keep them down. I'll start those. They'll be back on my Prism. Or if I got some time here tonight, I'm going to install my Streamlab Prism up to my Streamlab so I don't use as much bandwidth. I think I'll set that up once I go ahead and kill this. So I'll do that, and then just keep your eyes open, and we'll do some streaming tomorrow on the Beechwood, what parts we're going to be working with, and the whole thing. Let's stay safe. Let's stay safe. There's a lot of protests going around the country right now. And there's a thing that my mom used to tell me, and I always remember it. Doctor time will heal all. Put your faith in the great Lord above, and you will see. Things will calm down. But we're all going to be tested. And that's what we know. Some of us don't really know just how far we will be pushed. But trust me, it's going to push us hard. So I'm going to say good night to you all, and I will see you all tomorrow. I love all you. Take care.